What's something that brings light into our lives? Well, it's a window, of course, and this one here has been badly neglected. It's a common problem with many old houses, and you might be surprised that it's actually cheaper to repair it than replace it. Now, before we get started with the scraping and the sanding, a lot of these old houses used to use lead-based paint. So, we're going to do a test. Crack the tube to release the chemicals and then rub on the surface. If it turns red, you know you've got lead. Oh, well, that looks pretty red to me. So this is definitely lead paint, which means I don't want to sand this down. I'm just going to scrape it and I'll make sure that I'm wearing a dust mask. And the putty's in a pretty bad state as well, so I'm going to use a knife and chisel to carefully remove it. As I was scraping down this window, I've noticed a little bit of damage. We've got some wet rot on the flat surface, but also on the vertical surface. It's all good, but it can be fixed with some wood hardener. You just spray it in there, allow it to dry, and then we're ready to start filling, and that will stop that wet rot from spreading. The only thing you've got to remember, if you've got a vertical surface, you just need to pre-drill some holes to allow it to penetrate. I'm just using an epoxy resin to fill the hole. That way I know it's going to set fast and I can continue on with fixing this window. The prep on the window is done, so I'm ready to start with the undercoat. A good little tip is you can get these sash cutters. You'll see that they've got longer handles, but also they come in different widths. So this one's the perfect size for our side rails, and this one here is perfect for the bottom rail, and it just makes your life a little bit easier when you're painting. Now, this old window used to have putty going around it, but a lot of it was chipped out. So instead of replacing it again with the putty, which can take up to a month to dry, I've decided to use some 6mm timber bead. Now, usually you would put some little brads in to hold these beadings in place, but I want to make the job a little bit easier. So I've just got some PVA glue, external grade, and I'm putting that down. I'll put some masking tape on to hold the beadings in place until the glue dries, and the job's done. Now, this window was definitely heading for the tip, but you can see with some TLC, we've brought it back to life. And there is plenty of years left in it yet.